Well, what? I do look very orange, don't I? I don't really think it is that orange. Is that a bit better? Looking a bit like David, what's his name, off the antique show, aren't I? What a difference a day makes. It's a little bit windier than yesterday, but I can actually see things. There's no fog. We've still got the goopiest, most horrible cloud over here, just hanging about. It was supposed to be 100% high level cloud, so I was hopeful we might actually get a bit of colour. But hey ho, it's not foggy. Oh, look, the sun's coming up. That's it. Let's just have a quick nosy. Oh no, it's not quite risen yet. Sunrise is 6 o'clock, I believe. It's about 1:45. And I've been faffing around trying to find a composition. It's amazing the amount of people that are up here just to watch the sunrise. Bizarre. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I live in a different generation where we didn't know about such things. But it's not something I would ever have done. I think it's great. Get out, enjoy nature, live it. Yes, I've been faffing around trying to find a composition that I'm happy with. And I think I've got one. I'm going to try and show you. It's a little bit difficult because it's still blooming dark. But it's so nice. I can't believe how orange I look. It's ridiculous. It's so nice to be able to see into the distance. I'm set up with the 11 to 16. Got a 0.6 medium grad on the front because I've got quite a solid horizon line. There's little bits to stick up into it, but nothing major. And I've got this huge rock. There's one thing that's really annoying me about it. But hey, let me flip you around, show you what we're doing. Just a sec. Those birds are making that weird noise again. Right, so what we've got, actually looks a lot better on here than it does in the big camera, is this rock. And that's what's annoying me. That little bit is lichen, there's nothing I can do about it. Just see a photographer up there. Oops. So I've sort of got this cascade of heather coming in bottom left hand side. I'm going to move around here a little bit. Yeah, that's more like it. I might have to do a little bit of weeding because there's a little bit of grass just coming in there. That's annoying. So I've just got that part of the heather, this rock, and then it just leads you out into the background, which is pure heather. And I think the sunlight's going to come up and light this up. Fingers crossed. But I quite like that. I think settings-wise, nothing startling. I'm at F9, ISO 125. Currently I'm at 4 seconds. Oh, the wind's just dropped down. It's great. But you can see the heather's just starting to... Oh, this thing in focus. The heather is just starting to turn here. And somebody made a comment last week... One-eyed photographer. This isn't a macro video, this is a landscape video, hence you don't get close-ups of the heather. But just for you, that's what heather looks like. It's really not the most exciting plant. Very delicate. See the difference in colour. That's the stuff that's in bloom, and then we've got the stuff that is just slightly gone over. But I like the contrast because we've got purple, orange, and then there's a bank of purple underneath it. And I thought if the light catches that, that'll look pretty nice. But yeah, considering this is not something that I do very often, it's not got water in it. I'm a little bit stuck. It's a bit different for me. But it's quite nice to do something different, especially when you're not fogged in. Well, just a little update for you. It started to rain. Yes. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. What's the time, folks? We are at 2 minutes to kick off. And I can't see any sign of the sun actually poking its head up anywhere. I really hoped we were going to get some cloud colour, but that's not happening. That cloud's moving beautifully, and there is a nice gap, so I reckon for 10 minutes I think we're going to get some decent light on these rocks. and then it's going to the light is going to disappear up into that cloud bank. So I really want to catch some light on this little composition. I've left it set up. I'm going to put the shower cap on. It's only very, very misty rain, but I'll put the shower cap on so the filter doesn't get wet. I think the most I'm going to need to do is drop the shutter speed back. And whilst I'm waiting for that sun to appear, I'm just going to have a look at compositions along here. There's some nice jutty out rocks. We've got some nice atmosphere in the background with the low-lying cloud and mist. There's a little bit of mist on the hills. The cloud's moving quite nicely. It's weird. That cloud's moving that way and that cloud's moving that way, sort of intersecting. It's an optical conclusion, I suspect. So yeah, I'm going to stop rattling and I'm going to have a quick look at other compositions, again using my phone. Find that quite helpful exercise. And as soon as I feel the light coming, I will nip back and take that shot. It's all good fun, isn't it? Even if it is only 6 o'clock in the morning. And there's yet more people turning up to watch the sunrise, and they're all in my shot. There's going to be some cloning here, peoples. If they sit the other side of that rock, it would be great, but I have a horrible feeling they're going to sit on that rock. Hey-ho, can't have it all. Catch you in a bit. Now, I have just discovered, that the midges are out in force. I'm getting buzzed by them. It's not that warm. It's not cold. It's 13 degrees. The breeze has dropped right off, which is why the midges are now coming out to play. So I'm not going to be here too much longer, but I have found my second composition, which I really like if we get some light. I literally just turned round from the location that I was in, or the spot that I was in, and it's here. And I essentially have two rocks. I have a almost pathway through the middle of the rocks, lined on one side by heather. I have a dark footpath coming down the other side, and then it all leads through to this rock, which, as you can see, is actually glowing at the moment. Oh, excuse me, midge attacks. Oh, probably wants to start. I can't stop. Ooh. All the atmospheric clouds are drifting that way. They're lying quite low over the Central Valley, but they've cleared that. There's still spits and spots of rain. The cloud behind us is lighting up beautifully, but that would just be a nightmare to filter, and I really don't want to do image blending. We've got drifting clouds that are lighting up an orangey colour, and then behind we've got some more static, heavier clouds, and they're just catching the pink. Oh, I'm properly itchy, but I like that, because I've got this bit as foreground, I've got that bit as midground, and then I've got the distant hills with all the the different colours of the fields, and the heather on the far hill. There's just a mass of heather over there. And I've got trees coming up. Yeah, I really like that composition. All I need now is some, in the far distance on the horizon, we've got a small band of cloud that is now beginning to shimmer, which basically means the sun has popped its head above the horizon. This is weird. I'm getting attacked by midges. There's a lovely sunrise, and it's raining. The rain's got to be carried on in this band of yucky stuff, just drifting across. Hopefully it'll not last, because that's the direction I'm pointing to get this next shot. I'm going to spin you around and show you what's happening over there. Isn't working out quite as I planned it. You might have just caught in that little video that I've just shown you, the light was catching on the hillside. The sun is currently blinding me. It's kind of in between two little banks of cloud. needs to rise just a little bit more. Oh, I'm seeing stars in front of my eyes. Cracky. The rocks that I'm shooting, I've turned compositions round now. The rocks that I'm shooting, the top one has got some beautiful light on it. But for reasons that I really don't get, the camera's just not picking it up. Once the sun's hit between those two clouds, that's better. Yeah, that's more like it. Then we'll have liftoff. It's really weird. It's glowing. And the thought occurred to me, when the sun does rise above that bank of cloud, I could get a shadow here. We'll just have to keep his fingers crossed. I'm thinking the sun might be coming in that way rather than this way. It's either somebody with a drone or that's a pigging big fly that's buzzing around. It's a fly. Yuck. Oh, that's giving me the willies, that has. So yes, because to get some light down here, I can add light in post, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think that works okay. I'm getting the distant hills in. A little bit of light would just lift the image. I say that rock's really weird. That's going to make it look as if I faked it. Because it's just... it's glowing on the top, and then the second layer down, there's no colour in it. It's really weird. Ooh, try not to do that too often. Right, I'm going to sit here and wait patiently. We're now getting some beautiful cloud detail as well. It's happening. I'm still on the 11 to 16. I'm at f9. I've dropped the ISO down to 100, and I'm at a quarter of a second. The wind has picked back up a little bit, which is great because those midges that were irritating me have now buggered off. Yeah, and everybody's heading in my direction now. And I'm sticking to my guns. That's a really quite moody sky. Right, catch up with you in a bit. Well, as you may have just seen, the light is kicking off beautifully. And the midges are back out, which is a bit weird because the wind has picked up again. And although the light is kicking off, I actually think I prefer the images when the light was slightly softer. Getting some lovely hard light on this rock. The distant hills are catching, there's some cloud detail, and I'm just sticking with this one composition. There's a guy up behind me who says it's really nice up there, and I'm like, I just want to stay here and concentrate on this, I think. So I'm going to continue playing, and that's it. Hopefully I'll have 2 images, that's all I'm asking for, just 2 images that work really well. So you have a great week, ladies and lads and ladies, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks for coming along. Bye for now.